Hello my dear Capricorns, thank you so much for joining me, Lorien, for your September reading for 2017. I am sorry it's a few days late, but I have had unfortunately a cold and you wouldn't have been able to understand me at all. So that's why all of these final readings have been delayed. So this is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising sign. And if you do want to check out your love relationships, check out your Venus sign as well, because that also has some gravitas when it comes to your love and relationships. If you would like a private reading with me, all you have to do is click on the link to my website below and I'll be able to get back to you as soon as the email comes through. Or if you'd like to support me on Patreon, with more videos that are available on there, just click also the link down below and you should be able to take you to that, and you'll get some additional content as well as actually supporting this channel. So, and thank you again for everybody who supports me continuously. Now I did do a meditation before. I'm just going to see what information I seem to get from this one here as well for you. Okay, they're saying pull the card first. Oh wow, okay. Right, so this is the Empress. Oh, the King of Pentacles. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is you, Capricorn. Okay, the next one is the Page of Swords. And the Six of Cups. I have to move that out of the way slightly. Wow, okay. And we have the Knight of Wands. Might shift that up a little bit. The Devil. This has actually come out quite a lot recently. I'm not too sure exactly why. The Seven of Cups. And the Chariot. And at the bottom we have the Page of Pentacles, which I'll put there for you. Okay, so let's have a look and see what information seems to be coming through with these. So, as I say, I did have a meditation shortly before I started your reading. I did it with my incense and my bay leaves, and it was very much enlightening for a lot of aspects actually. I did get a lot of crystals in meditation, lots of rose quartz, so lots of this particular crystal here. You can't actually see the rose because of the tone of the light coming in, but it's very strong pink. So I had a lot of pink crystals, and this was also, I think, connected to your heart chakra. Now the heart chakra is traditionally green, but pink can certainly help along those lines. And I would say that maybe you need to be using a little bit of rose quartz for your heart chakra. Those of you who wear bras, you could just kind of put one, a crystal in your bra next to your left breast area, and that should actually be able to help you. Let's have a look and see. I'm very much focused on this card, and I think it's because of the choices that you may be experiencing through the course of September. I would say that throughout the course of the month you're probably going to experience a little bit of up and down, but majority it seems to be quite good. They're saying that you can expect some unexpected bills, which seems to be a bit backwards, but yeah, I think that there may be some expenses that you didn't anticipate coming through, so make sure that if you can, just be prepared with a little bit. It's not going to be a lot, it's just going to be a little bit, I think, that you just need to prepare for. There may also be some outlay for something new that you decide to start this month. So yeah, it seems to be quite monetary focused for you at this point in time, but I also feel that you're going to be involved with a lot of people who can make things happen. So this does appear to be a lot of process, a lot of forms being filled in, various different things that seem to be coming through for you in various stages. So it's kind of like if you're further down the road, you'll have maybe one stage left. If you're just starting this new road, then you're probably going to have about 10. And I just had an orb kind of come through. I don't know whether you saw that, but there was an orb just came across the thing here. So spirit are with you. I would say that there's quite a lot of encouragement as well coming through from various people. Some people may want to take something for themselves. You've got the devil here, but overall it feels like it's quite positive. You have a pretty even spread, but you do have mostly people. So you've got the devil, the empress, the knight, the king, the page, the page again. So yeah, you do have a very much focus on people and community. So what can we expect from the empress? Well, here she seems to come through with a great sense of being, and I think that she's trying to tell you something in regards to this whole new venture that September seems to bring. For me, September does indicate the start of a new year. It's the start of something new. And maybe it's because we in the UK start school in September, you know? Maybe that's why it feels like that. But it certainly has a very strong connection, a very increasing, almost understated authority, really. So I think you're going to come into your own. I think you're going to be able to speak your mind. They're also saying about learning languages. So maybe it doesn't necessarily mean like French or something. It could mean HTML, and you know you're learning the code for computers. That's also classed as a language. It could be that you're learning runes. That's also a language. So it could be just something to do with communication and language and learning how somebody else maybe puts their point across, and you're emanating that. That I think is something that's key for this month. I do believe also they're saying that some of you could have an issue or something important with your mothers this month. You might, or because you are a mother, then maybe something about that. There could be some connection there with regards to your children, and maybe they need your advice. In fact, some of you may actually be giving this advice and be kind of wanting to fight people's battles with them, and you give maybe 3 hours worth of advice and then they go off and do whatever they were going to do in the first place. So you probably feel like a little bit discarded because people aren't taking that advice when they've just spent so long listening to you. Don't be disheartened if that's the case, really don't. I mean, it's everybody's choice as to what they do, and I think that you'll be proven right in the end. Capricorns are very savvy when it comes to being stable, so I do think that this is going to be quite a prominent time for you when it comes to being proven right. But here I do feel that you have your own issues to slay, you have your own courage to push in. I do feel like this particular card is all to do with your, maybe a little bit of your lust for life, your adventure, your sense of energy here. So that could be a little bit of you maybe taking a risk this month. Maybe you want to travel and learn a language from the actual people that are there. But it does seem like you are going to use this knowledge for something incredibly proactive. It's not just going to be, oh, I know this, and so I'm, obviously the best. It's not going to be like that. It's mostly going to be for the benefit of everybody around you. You're going to be learning how people speak. I mean, even nursing language and doctor's language and the names for things is just ridiculous. So it could be that you're kind of learning the process of healing and stuff like that, just different terms. That's what I think is coming through. You also have, okay, they're also saying legal terms as well. That could be a bit of jargon for you. So the King of Pentacles comes through here, and I do feel that he's quite a solid person for you. Although to you it may feel like he's offering you something that's a little bit too good to be true. So if that's the case, just be discerning, especially if it is the legal documents. You don't want to be too blindsided by it. But you could be like, here's offering your cake and so you can eat it. And he's offering too many riches, too many things, too many stuff. It could be somebody, even either male or female in your life, that's just kind of pushing for certain things. And it could be as well that he's proving a distraction. So this guy could be proving a distraction from what you're actually wanting to achieve. Like, oh, look, there's a nice connection here. Maybe I can give you some money, or maybe I can give you some treats, and you can, go forward with that. But I don't know exactly why is this important to this person to pull the wool over your eyes, you know what I mean, and try and get you on their side. However, it could be that this person is the person for you. You are very strong. I mean, not just in romance. I think that It could be opportunity. So this opportunity could be for you, this direction could be for you, and then something else comes along and say, hey, you actually want to come with me. And that's kind of the line that you have to draw, I think, between how you see yourself and how you see others, is that go with your instinct, I think, is the main thing that's coming through here, because you don't want to have this experience where you're very much boxed in. And I think this, because it's very solid and because it's very reliable, you're worried that's going to box you in. Please don't worry. Please don't worry that it is going to box you in, because I don't feel that it's right if you decide to just kind of do something for the heck of it and then you fall into the devil's trap. You know what I mean? It feels like you just need to have this particular understanding of yourself and what you want to do and what you want to achieve. Maybe if it's, your birthday coming up, maybe you want to write a list of your goals you want to achieve in this year, in 2018. So it's just something I think that you need to be focused on. If somebody says, here's something more interesting, don't necessarily believe them just because they appear like they've got more interesting things happening around them. That could be a facade. They could seem like they're going to, what is it, some away days and here, there, and everywhere, and they could be traveling all over the place. But when they get home, they could just be sitting in a pile of pizza boxes and be very lonely, scratching themselves in their underpants, and the glamorous life does not transfer there. So that's the kind of thing that I'm saying. It's kind of like making sure that to know the difference between what's real and reliable and what's flashy just for the sake of it. So the Page of Swords comes through, and this just shows that you probably make a decision and you make the right decision. And I don't think that you would have anything to worry about once you make that decision either. But it does seem to have a little bit of curiosity here. And I would also say that you could be feeling a little bit energetic. You've kind of dropped everything that you're doing. You've dropped everything that you need to do down here. And I do think that this is mainly you saying, hey, I'm going to fight the good fight, or I'm going to do this. And it is, I think, putting things to one side so you can rush ahead and do something in particular. It could be, again, this unexpected thing that comes up and you say, oh, got to drop everything, got to sort this out first. So this could be the issue that comes through, that maybe you need a little bit of extra cash to deal with, or just kind of a little bit of extra time. Monetary is not the only denomination of value, so it could be that you have the need to reserve some time. And I do think that whatever comes to challenge you, you're going to have choices to how to deal with it or how you focus on it. So you could decide to meet fire with fire. You could decide to just go natural. You could also decide to look it up, research it, approach it with love, approach it with money, just wish it goes away, ask the universe for help. You could do all of those things, but you need to focus on one first. Pick the one you're more happy with. Pick the one that you feel more comfortable with. It's kind of like if you plan on going out and they say, oh yes, non-stop sun, non-stop sun, it's going to be amazing, but you still take a brolly just in case, and I think this is kind of the preparedness of this week. This is just kind of saying, well, I don't really trust 100% that that's going to happen. I'm just going to take this on for security. That's one way of doing it. That's just kind of carrying on this sort of procession of maybe being safe than sorry. And then you have the Six of Cups. I was going to say Six of Crows then. Six of Crows is my favourite book, but yeah, Six of Cups. And this is actually quite a prominent card about growth and maybe, I think, a little bit of generosity. You may have to be a bit giving and charitable with your time. You may have to be teaching somebody the ways of something, kind of like a very good moral guidance. You could just be having to be there and kind of take somebody through the motions as to how they're supposed to be. This to me signifies as well a little bit of teamwork. You may not see eye to eye a lot of the times, but generally I think you are going to be connective in a general way. I also feel like you're passing down knowledge to somebody who really needs it. So at the beginning, like you're saying, you were talking to somebody and giving them advice. Maybe they didn't take it. They may come back now and go, I'm sorry, I'm eating humble pie, I really do need this. But again, you do seem to have a choice, and this is very interesting actually. because with these two, it also seems, and you've got the Queen of Pentacles under there, hey, full set. So it seems like you've got a choice of direction at the end of this month as to what to do. So you're giving them the advice, and do you take your own advice? Do you commit to one particular path, or do you just leave it up to chance? So you see, he's just kind of flipping a coin and going, heads or tails, which direction do I go? Don't know. So this, I think, is very much a decision as to kind of planning which area is more prominent for you and which direction feels right to you. She looks actually a little bit more distressed as to, which direction to go. She's not really too sure. She wasn't expecting this opportunity. She wasn't expecting this to be like, oh, okay, wow, all right, I don't know. He seems a bit more prepared, a little bit more carefree, a little bit more like, yep, I knew this was probably going to turn up. Yeah, all right, let's see how it goes. I can be casual and I can just choose at the whim, or I can actually do this based on pre-thought and actually a lot of education. So it seems like you have got some choices to make, some communication to deliver, and some things to learn for you personally. Let's have a look and see what comes through for my dear Capricorns for the month of September with the runes. Okay. Oh, they're not coming. Okay. Oh, all right. So this seems to be quite a strong card. This is about defense. And because it's here as well with the dragon, you're probably going to want to defend yourself from some kind of energy that may be a little bit there, like an energy vampire, something like that. Just protect yourself from those kinds of people maybe at the beginning of the month. I know we're already at the beginning of the month, but first 10 days maybe, to see if you can protect yourself. This one is, oh, hello, sorry, that was Ewaz. This one is Thurzaz, and this is self-discipline. This is also a little bit of meditation. So if you are wondering about the intentions of these people that seem to be coming into your life, maybe just meditate on it. Ask your guides, see what they have to say. Maybe also discover what information comes through. From just general meditation, you can just have a guided thing and see what. Oh, okay, so this one wanted 2, and it seems to be saying that way. Oop, slippery fingers. It seems to be saying you need to go right. These directions here. Right is very much, or I suppose that would be your left. But it seems to be very much pointing the direction for you. And I wouldn't say that this is a fluke either. So this is Tawaz, this is justice and authority, analysis, rationality. And if you do have a problem, you are going to approach it with rationality. You're going to drop everything, but you're also going to, I think, pace yourself. And then we had a ruse, which was the right side up. So this was all about speed and physical strength, but also a little bit of sexual desire. So it could be to do with a relationship, or it could be to do with what tickles your fancy, or what you feel like at that time where your emotions lie. I think that means. But yeah, this needs to be, I think, very steady. Have the authority with your decisions. Have the facts and the language to back it up. That's what I think it's coming through for you. And then we have, a reverse Kenaz. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate, but I'll do another rune. So this is about, normally if it was this way, it would be creativity, but since it's that way, it's about no creativity. Maybe also giving yourself a little bit of false hope. And again, that kind of says that way. So you're a little bit in a tizzy with directions, I think. Maybe no hope is one direction and you feel that justice and authority and rationality is the other direction. I don't know, it feels a bit strange to me. Let's have a little clarifier here. Oh. Well, this is an upside down or reverse now it is, and this is basically about drudgery and restlessness. So yeah, you may be feeling restless towards the end of the month, and maybe you're saying, I just want to do something, I just want to go someplace, I just want to... So don't choose a direction out of haste. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't choose, I'm just going to do this, and split second like you did there, that was for a good reason at the end of the month. Don't just split and just go without reasoning. And I think that's probably where you're going to be finding your better path, to be honest. But let me know what's going on for you, Capricorn. I really do hope that this meets you very well and that it actually sees you through to a very prominent and prosperous, that's one, September. And if you do want a private reading with me with any questions that you may have, just click on the link to my website. You should be able to read all the information there. And also, if you just want to email me, it's lorientarot@gmail.com. That's absolutely fine if you just want to email me and see what reading is right for you. And also, if you do want to support me, as you all do anyway, with your comments and your subscriptions and your likes, thank you so much. Yeah, I think if you want to support me on Patreon and get additional readings, you can by all means do that as well. So, let's have a look and see what October brings for you. I really do hope that this is going to be something that you can truly enjoy. Let me know how things go. I really do wish you all the very best, and I'll speak to you all soon.